Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium. CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world. CatholicUnderground.com, the podcast about our Catholic faith and new media.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello, welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Michael Voris. Lawsuit against the Vatican allowed. A federal judge has allowed a lawsuit against the Vatican to continue, despite the Vatican claiming immunity due to its status as a sovereign nation. The case stems from a homosexual predator priest who was transferred from Ireland to the Midwest to Oregon, leaving a trail of boy victims. The lawsuit makes the argument that the priest was an employee of the Vatican. The Holy See, however, denies that priests are in its direct control. The judge ruled against the Vatican, saying according to Oregon law, the priest can be viewed as an employee, making the Vatican responsible. Stay tuned on this one. It's the first time a suit against the Vatican has actually been allowed to proceed. Court rules against Christian group. The Supreme Court says a law school can legally deny recognition and college funding to a Christian student group that won't let active homosexuals join. The court on Monday turned away an appeal from the Christian Legal Society, which sued to get funding and recognition from the University of California Hastings College of Law. The CLS requires members sign a statement of faith and regards, quote, unrepentant participation in or advocacy of a sexually immoral lifestyle as being inconsistent with that faith. But Hastings said no recognized campus groups may exclude people due to religious belief or sexual orientation. The Supreme Court ruled the Christian group's First Amendment rights of association, free speech, and free exercise were not violated by the college's decision. Austrian apostasy, a survey of 500 Austrian parish priests, indicates that 79% think the Catholic Church should allow married men to be ordained, and the telephone survey commissioned by the Austrian broadcaster ORF also found that, get this, 51% of those priests questioned say women should be allowed to become priests. Austria, where an estimated 65% of the population is Catholic, has in recent years become known as the center of a movement to liberalize the Church. Stay with us, back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web. And RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
And DFWCatholic.org, spreading the truth, one city at a time.
New evangelization. Pope Benedict XVI has confirmed his plans to create a new office of the Roman Curia, the Pontifical Council for the New Evangelization. Speaking on June 28th at a Vespers service in the Basilica St. Paul outside the walls on the vigil of the feasts of St. Peter and St. Paul, the Pope said that the new council would be devoted to spreading the gospel message in regions where the faith has suffered from the inroads of secularism and, in his words, the eclipse of God. In a reference to his coming patronal feast, the Holy Father said that he, as successor to St. Peter, had an obligation to continue the apostolic mission that the apostles began, bringing the faith to every part of the earth, including those parts where Christendom once flourished but has now been weakened. And lastly, another liberal bishop opens his mouth. A Portuguese bishop has suggested that the Church should recognize homosexual unions even if they cannot be recognized as marriages. Bishop Juanario Torgal Fieria, who heads the ordinate for the armed forces, also said that he does not support dogmatism, his word, in opposition to the use of contraceptives. He said, quote, people often do not wish to be realistic, but what matters most is that there continues to be a great dialogue because truth is never possessed in full, end quote. For decades now, scoundrel bishops and theologians have been willing to chuck official church teaching overboard, all in the pursuit of so-called dialogue. Dialogue has been used by radicals in the church as a smokescreen to push their liberal agenda, pretending to want discussion when all the while they really want radical change. I'm Michael Voris. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure and check out The Vortex today, where we talk about total war and which side is more fearsome. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tell your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.